that they're PNG images. You can see the size of the files are pretty large. I have gone ahead and renamed all these images. So this is what I've renamed them. They're all slightly different. You want to make sure yours are not like land clearing services -1, -2, -3, etc. You want to just vary it up a little bit. I did this in like 2 minutes flat, and just this is probably more than enough for my needs. And if you notice, I don't mention any cities in there. I'm not putting GPS coordinates on my lead gen sites because I would have to change them for each site. So I'm not bothering doing that at all. I don't think it requires, I don't think adding GPS coordinates is going to move the needle enough to warrant doing it. You're welcome to do it if you want to, but I'm not doing it. So you can see the size of the images. They're all PNG files. This is how they come on a Mac. If you want to convert them to JPEGs, you can do that and just rename it JPEG. So these images, okay, need to be used on a Google business listing, a GMB. They could be PNGs or JPEGs. So what I would recommend doing is going over to Tiny PNG just to shrink these down a little bit. And then you literally can highlight over all these images. Let me shrink this down. And then grab it and drop them in there. And you'll see that Tiny PNG actually shrinks these images down. Then you can download the folder, okay? And then when I go over to my download folder, where is it? Right there. You'll see the images are a lot smaller. So they're this size now when before, where was it? So the largest one's 130, 151. The other one was that one. Look how big, so the size difference is pretty substantial. Okay, so that's what you would do for your GMBs to make sure the images are all compressed. Now, if you're going to actually put them on the website, which I think is the bigger area of concern for most people, you will have, oops, that's not what I want. We'll go into the excavation folder. So here's these images, right? So what I would do is I would go into XN Convert, which I have on my desktop. Okay. Actions, output's going to be just file name, preserve metadata, and then the format will be WebP. So we have to add the files. There it is. And then we're going to grab all these images. So now we have these images that they're all PNGs, they're not going to be converted to WebP. So the output will be WebP. We're going to hit convert, put it on the desktop. Now all those images are on the desktop. So now if I just call this excavation WebP, look at the size of those images now. So that's the big difference. That's why I'm a big fan of doing WebP format, because the images are way smaller. The sites will load way faster because those images are really small. So again, if you're doing GMBs, you're going to use JPEGs or PNG files. You can use Tiny PNG to do that. If you're putting the image on the website, you want to do what I just showed you how to do with XN Convert. And then also make sure your images, like if I was to click on this image and view it in the Finder, in the preview on the Mac, I can adjust the size of this image and make it whatever I want. Now this is a header image, so I leave it wide. I think these ones are going to be a lot narrower. So you can adjust the size and make them 300 by whatever. Okay, if they're going to be on a Google My Business listing, you're looking at 400 pixels wide or more. But 300 or wider is just fine for the website. Hopefully that helps you guys. If you have any questions, let me know.